are listening to the Global Slovakia podcast, sharing Slovakia's untold stories, hidden heritage, and cultural treasures with the world. Welcome to the Slovak Kitchen, where we uncover the deeper meanings behind Slovak food, its rituals, roots, and resilience. I'm Gabriela, and today we focus on something simple but powerful: bread. Not just any bread, Slovak bread, bread that rises with prayer, marks every rite of passage, and has followed our people from Neolithic settlements to mountain huts. A crusty round of flour, fire, and faith. Bread has been made on Slovak soil since at least 5000 BCE. Archaeological evidence shows early cultures here baked it not only for sustenance but also for ritual. For the ancient Slavs, bread was the sun, a sacred symbol of life and renewal. It was shaped into rounds for solstice celebrations and harvest festivals, believed to carry the sun's blessings into the home. With Christianity, this symbolism didn't disappear, it merged. Bread became both a solar emblem and the body of Christ. Spiritual and physical nourishment combined. Every loaf was a prayer. But that golden loaf we love today? It wasn't always common. For centuries, bread was a luxury. Poor families ate unleavened flatbreads, saving loaves for holidays and special moments. Only in the 18th century, with better access to fine flour and mills, did risen bread become an everyday food in Slovak homes. Even so, baking it remained a sacred act. Women learned from their mothers. A girl wasn't ready to marry until she could bake a proper loaf. Saturdays were bread days. Dough was mixed in silence or whispered blessings, 7 of them before the loaf went into the oven. That cross scored on the top, not just decoration, it was a protection spell. Bread was believed to absorb negative energy. People placed loaves at doorways to ward off evil, or even buried them in the foundations of new homes to bless the structure and its family with peace and abundance. This belief still survives. In Slovakia today, we greet guests with bread and salt. Bread for life, salt for health. The warmest welcome possible, using the humblest but most sacred ingredients. Bread also tracked the calendar. During Easter, a loaf called pasha was baked, flavored with honey, herbs, or hemp seeds, depending on the region, each ingredient chosen for its symbolic power. On Christmas, especially in eastern Slovakia, families made a round ceremonial bread called krachun, a name echoing pre-Christian winter solstice traditions. Breadcrumbs from Christmas dinner weren't tossed away. They were saved and scattered in spring fields to ensure a good harvest. Bread literally seeded the future. At weddings, couples laid their hands on a sacred loaf to bless their marriage. Mothers watched how a bride's first loaf cracked in the oven. Was it a sign she'd marry into wealth or remain a peasant's wife? And when someone died, bread was placed in their hands or coffin. It was said to nourish them on the journey into the next world. Even the dead received bread. On All Saints' Day, little honey-sweetened loaves shaped like skulls were baked and left on graves, so that ancestors too could feast with the living. Through war, famine, and regime change, bread remained constant. When there was bread on the table, there was hope. Today, most of us buy our loaves at the bakery. But the reverence remains. Slovaks still mark a cross before slicing. We still believe bread should never be placed cut side up. It's a quiet ritual of respect that lives on in kitchens across the country. Bread in Slovakia is never just food, it is resilience. It is memory, it is identity, baked into every golden round. So next time you tear a piece from a fresh loaf, remember you're holding history. The story of a people who turned earth and grain into survival, ritual, and love. If this episode stirred your appetite for more than food, explore our online course, Cook Like a Slovak, a beautiful journey through the traditions, stories, and deeper meaning behind Slovak cuisine. It's not just about recipes, it's about heritage, love, and everything that's passed down between generations. Thanks for joining me in the Slovak Kitchen. May your table be full, your hands be blessed, and your loaf never forgotten.